I remember watching E3 2014 and seeing Cuphead for the first time. I cannot wait for another trailer after that, along with the release date. With another trailer shown at E3 2015, the game would miss its target release year of 2016. Eventually, the game came out on September 29, 2017. After the game's release, we first heard of news on the DLC for the game, but just like the main game, it had several delays. The Game Awards gave us our first trailer with a release date of June 30th, 2022 for the delicious Last Course. In this video, we'll be taking one last look at what we can expect from Cuphead's first ever DLC. It's best to take a look at each island from the base game to figure out the total number of levels we could see in the DLC. Inkwell Isle 1 has 4 traditional boss fights, 2 running gun levels, and 1 flying stage. Copy and paste that to Inkwell Isle 2, again 4 traditional, 2 running gun, and 1 flying. It's here in Inkwell Isle 3 that we get 1 additional flying level. In Inkwell Hell, we have 2 traditional boss fights, no running gun, and no flying. We can expect the size of the DLC to be as large as any given island in the base game. In the trailer, there are 4 different boss fights, with one of them being a flying level. The first boss shown is the Mountain Troll, which seems to be a similar fight to Cagney Carnation, with a ground level and middle level. The middle level has platforms moving up and down, while the ground level has gnomes with spiky hats. The Mountain Troll is holding a geese crossing sign as we see him summoning the animals. I don't think the geese will cause damage, but they'll be a visual distraction to the player in the foreground. The icy tundra is home to the walloping winter whale and the purple witch. In the trailer, the voiceover makes it seem as if the whale is the main boss for this area. With little gameplay on this section, we'll have to wait and see. The next stop sees our heroes fighting against Sheriff Winchester in the dramatic Western Plains. This is the only flying level we see in the trailer, as the players are pulled into the main boss by a vacuum, along with coins, bags of money, sheriff badge, and gold bricks. The final boss shown is a knighted horse, as Mugman and Miss Chalice battle their way to safety. We can see the knighted horse taking a large swing at the players before becoming winded on the ground. Chef Salt Baker is shown sharing his cookies with Cuphead and friends, giving them new powers. With no gameplay on the chef, we can imagine that he will replace either the mausoleums or item shops for new upgrades and powers. It's safe to say that we can expect 5 main bosses with 1 or 2 flying bosses. I love how they made a diorama replica of the island map for the game in the trailer. Taking a look at the diorama, we can figure out where each boss fight will take place. Since we see the team traveling by boat, the starting area is likely going to be the docks. Once arriving at the DLC island, the player's first encounter will either be in the town square against the knighted horse or off in the mountains against a troll. I could also see the town square being a run and gun level. There are paths leading towards a woods area and downward toward the desert. The desert will be host of Sheriff Winchester's flying boss fight. If we move past the woods area, we can see the igloo home of the walloping winter whale and purple witch. You can see the happy whale in the background. Cuphead, Mugman, and Miss Chalice fly away before the island explodes. I actually just noticed before the explosion that there are 5 chess pieces on the diorama. Interesting enough, these seem to be the areas where the boss fights take place. The last chess piece looks to be on the airstrip. Could this be our final boss fight before taking off? Not only will the studio be creating new animations for these boss fights, but also new music to go along each brawl. Unfortunately, the trailer doesn't give insight on the new music, but given the original soundtrack harnessing the feeling of jazz, we can anticipate the original composer to return for the new hits. With this content looking to be roughly 1/3 the size of the base game, I'm foreseeing pricing to be around $4.99 or $9.99 at launch. Cuphead is nearly 5 years old, and this, along with the TV show, are some of the best ways to celebrate that anniversary. With a creative trailer showing a mixture of puppets with just enough gameplay to tease the viewer, the wait for the DLC is finally over. What could be next for Studio MDHR? It'd be crazy if they ended up making a 3D platformer with this art style. Would be a major challenge, but considering they already created a game in this style of Cuphead, the studio can take on anything. I'm satisfied with Cuphead, and any additional content for the game is a bonus. I'd love to hear what you think is coming to the delicious last course. Are we going to get more bosses or less than a single island from the base game? I'd love to hear what you think, and thanks for checking out this video. I'll see you in the next one.